So I wanted to make this video for some time, and since the market this weekend is calm, let's say, it is going sideways, there are no big disruptions or jumps or dips, I was thinking that we should talk about what I think will be the next big projects, okay? Which projects will not only survive but thrive in the next bull market, potentially giving us some pretty good gains. And obviously this is not financial advice, so be careful in what you invest because it's your money. So let's start, and don't forget that you can leave your opinion in the comment section, and you can also press the big subscribe button if you want to, obviously. Okay, let's see. So first project which I think will be a good one is Sidus Heroes. Now I'm a bit debating myself regarding this because this project came in with a very big wave. It did like 100x in a market when everything was falling, everything was going down. I don't know if you remember, it was this year in January. However, they have a pretty good infrastructure. They have two tokens actually. One is the Sidus Heroes token and the other one is the Senate. One is more scarce, the other is inflationary, used in the project, in the game. Therefore, I am very curious to see what they are going to put on the market. Right now, I checked the gameplay on YouTube and it's not too convincing, to be honest. I don't think that it has a very good user interface, and it is not a game which I would play. However, this is, I think, only the demo, so the big one, the big developed game, the enjoyable game, might come a bit later. So I'm very curious to see how this will develop, and obviously it is not a bad investment, maybe a very small percentage of the portfolio it's worth having in case it goes back to all-time high and does a 150x, which we've seen before. Next one with a much better user experience, much better gameplay is Cantina Royale. We know this project, it's a Multiverse X, and as I said, I have big hopes for this game because it is enjoyable. It is something which is very catching, and once you start to play, you cannot stop with one game. I played it on phone, I played it on browser. It was a very good experience. I also met the team. I know them. I met them on X Day. Therefore, I have big hopes for Cantina Royale. I am obviously a holder of the CRT token because it is a very good investment, I think, and it is a game which will be played by a lot of people once they find the game on Apple Store and Google Play. Obviously, the part that it's free to play and you get a free NFT and you can start playing with it, it's a plus. And for those who get addicted to it, it will be a good motivation to discover, let's say, the crypto part of the game, because remember, on Candy Crush, a lot of people spend a lot of money in order to buy levels and lives and a lot of things which they cannot monetize, they could only play. So if people get hooked on this game, I think a lot of people will be onboarded into the crypto. Let's go forward. Next one I think will be big, and it is not listed yet. It's Ultiverse. Now the reason I'm bullish on Ultiverse is because they have a big studio, 100+ people, developers, graphic designers, everyone is actually working on this game. They are not in rush to list their token. They don't really need money because they have funding from all over the place, from all the VC companies and investment companies. Therefore, it can be a very big boom, and I expect from them not less but 100x at the listing. I think that that is in the cards, and if the game will be good, then it will be one of the games which not only survive the bear market but will thrive in the bull market and will be played by Web2 gamers and people who just want to enjoy a game. And in just a second I will also tell you how you can be a front runner in order to get some tokens before the listing, because after listing you need to wait until it goes down. Usually it just pumps, goes down, and then it starts to go up. Now obviously that is not a bad time to enter, but the sooner is the better. So stay with me and I will tell you how you can do that and how you can invest in private or before public sale, even if you don't have $100,000s to invest. Next one, Holo Ride, and I think Holo Ride will be a strong one. I tell you why. Holo Ride is 50% owned by Audi. They have partners like Audi and Disney, and they are already developing or in discussion with other car companies as well. They already mentioned that they will focus on other transportation also. And the one thing which we have here and it is not present on many crypto projects, and that is probably why many crypto projects will die out, is because they have actually a product. They have a Web2 or physical world utility, and when the next bull run will start, people will look for that. They will try to avoid Ponzi schemes, they will try to avoid tokens or projects which have no utility at all. Therefore, Holo Ride for me is a project which probably will be discovered by 2024, when I expect the bull run. It will have a lot of cars running around with Holo Ride. If people don't want it, then they will give it out for free only to test it. Therefore, I am very bullish on Holo Ride. I think it's a good thing to accumulate. Right now, when it's like $0.06, something like that, it was also $7. Of course, it was at the listing. It was a big pump, big manipulation. However, I think we can go back easy to $1 to $2, and I think that would be like a realistic price for the next bull run, only because they do something physical and they have a product, it's working, people use it or will use it, and that would be the motivation for everyone to invest. Godzilla Games, this is a new one, not listed yet, and I checked the gameplay. It is very similar to Warzone 2.0, which was just released not too long ago. As you can see, it has a pretty good graphics. It's really outstanding considering other Web3 games. For example, Sidus Heroes, you could see it's not something which we would expect from a game, but Godzilla Games off the grid, that is a different level. It's like the next level. It is very close to Web2 games, and that is what we are looking for. We are looking for a game which is not there only for the tokens, which is not there only for the rewards. That is what we are seeking. And now I will tell you how you can make sure that you give yourself a chance to get some tokens before the listing. Obviously, all these games have Telegrams, Twitters, and Discord servers, and usually they reward active members of the community, especially in the bear markets. So if you are active on these platforms and you are a pillar, let's say, to the community, you can make sure that you get something. Tokens, an NFT, anything which will be useful for you to be a front runner comparing to others who will buy in after the listing. I'm not saying that it's bad to buy after the listing, but you need to be a bit patient there, because as we discussed it many times, regardless of which project we are talking about, buying right after the listing is always not a good idea. You need to wait a bit until it goes up and down and starts to consolidate and then starts to grow. So if you want to be before that, then you need to be active on the Discord server, for example, in order to get an NFT, to get allocation, to get some priority comparing to other players. Next is Zoid Pay on Multiverse X. Now, Zoid Pay is not a gaming, obviously. Still, they made some progress. And when I say some progress, that is an understatement, because they already have the bank and they are sorting it out. As far as I know, they already have the bank director. He was actually at the X Day, the Multiverse X. I didn't meet him, but Edward told me that he's there. They just got a 75 million fund from a VC company or from an investment company, which is mind-blowing, to be honest. Why? Because in this bear market, nobody invests 75 million in crypto projects. And if this was in equity, which probably was since their token is listing, that would make them almost more valuable than Multiverse X ecosystem. So I keep a close eye on what Zoid Pay is doing. Obviously, I do have their tokens. I am accumulating their tokens. Why? Because it's cheap, it's down, and if everything goes well and they go through with the bank, with the Formula 1 sponsorship or partnership, I think it's more like a partnership than sponsorship, then I do have some big expectations from Zoid Pay. The market cap is very small. Therefore, there is a lot of room to go up. And yeah, I want to be there. I want to participate in that upward movement. Next one is Utrust. Now from Utrust, I don't really expect 100x. I do expect a 10x at least, but sure, I want to follow up on Utrust and I want to see what they're doing, because they are a pillar to the Multiverse X project, because they are bringing the X money together with TwistPay. Therefore, I think Utrust is always a safe and good investment. They are not going for the hype, they are not going for the gaming, they are not going for the metaverse, they are going for the financial services, which obviously is something what you will need, what I will need, what everyone will need. And I think Utrust is something like Chainlink. Chainlink is also needed for almost all the projects, and I don't see 100x there only because they cannot be hyped, but I do see a stable upward momentum, a stable upward, not rally, but growth over time, which probably makes them a very good store of value for the future. Obviously, you shouldn't buy, or we shouldn't buy all the tokens at once, or we shouldn't spend all our money at once, but accumulating step by step, DCAing nicely over a longer period of time, I think is a good idea, and somewhere there we will catch the bottom. That is my philosophy. And with that said, we got to our last project. Now, this project I think is very unique, and it is in the industry of gaming, but it's not gaming. I mean, they are not making a game, right? It's exeedme. Now, you have to understand one thing. The biggest money makers, let's say, next to the games themselves, I mean, Rockstar Games made a lot of money because GTA 5 is available from PS3 to PS5, but the streamers are also a very big industry. And at this moment, I'm not aware of any streamers who would stream Web3 games. Now, there is Epic Games, and Lucas from Knights of Cantina said that they have like a greenish light. Okay, they allow Web3 games, but yes, so maybe some of them. However, exeedme is doing something else. exeedme is transforming Web2 games into Web3. And if you ask me, that is the true onboarding, because people are already playing these games. They are playing it because they like it. I also play Warzone. Therefore, when they find out they can just play the same game, they can go on tournaments playing on their PlayStation console, for example, and they can just earn through exeedme. I think that will bring some onboarding, and obviously not right now. Why? Because everything is down. The earnings are like $3, $2, $5. However, when everything starts to go up and these $5 turn into 500 or 200 or 50 at least, then everybody will raise their eyebrows because they are playing already. They need to play the same game. They don't need to create almost anything. Maybe they need to create an account on exeedme, and that's all, and they can start earning. So this is where I see the true onboarding. Web2 games introduced into the Web3, because creating a game, even if it's Web3 game, it's very hard. It takes time. And I don't think that at this moment, without a huge studio like Godzilla Games or Ultiverse, any project can just have a head start and create in 1 year what other studios with huge budget and a lot of experience can create only in 5 years. But do let me know in the comments what you think, because I want to hear it, I want to see. This was all for today, for Sunday. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, subscribe, and yeah, I see you in the next one, I guess. Take care.